We are getting all set for the world title match here at WWE Fastlane 2019. What's going on out there, world? It's your boy Tommy on the spot. Thanks so much for checking us out here at Watch Along Wrestling. Kevin Owens is in the ring. Daniel Bryan has just got into the ring, and they have announced that this is a triple threat match. So we will see who is going to be the third person in this match for the world title. Whether this be Kofi Kingston, whether this be somebody completely different. It's going to be interesting to see where they go. So let's see. And thanks so much, guys, for checking us out. If you have... Let's see. Sorry. All right, here we go. Kofi, you think?
It should be.
Should be Kofi, but let's see. They said to Kofi earlier he was in the match, but we're about to find out.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali. Oh, damn. This could be a really good match.
Let me tell the hot, because he said, I'm not watching this based on the pay-per-view.
There you go. So it is going to be Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens. And we are here on mobile YouTube Live. Now, I will say, if we end up losing the feed, I'll be back later on the old version. Get the old regular YouTube Live up and going. But thanks so much for checking us out here today, guys. We already have a live stream reaction for the Shane McMahon and The Miz versus the Usos that opened up the show for the SmackDown World Tag Team Championships. If you're just tuning in right now, this is the first thing you're seeing on the show. The Miz and Shane McMahon fell to the Usos, who retained the tag titles, and then Shane McMahon turned on The Miz and turned heel in the process, which would lead us to believe that it's going to be Shane McMahon versus The Miz at WrestleMania. From then, rest of the show, if you haven't been watching, Asuka retained her championship against Mandy Rose. Then you had a Samoa Joe retaining his United States Championship in a fatal four-way against R-Truth. I'll just hear... Okay, they're introducing the participants now for the world title match. Samoa Joe defeated R-Truth and Rey Mysterio and Andrade in a great match. Fatal four-way United States Championship. Another great match on this show, the Revival ended up retaining the World Tag Team Championships, the Raw Tag Championships, by defeating poor Mustafa Ali, getting booed out of the building because he's not Kofi Kingston. I think that's the only reason for that. Just not what the crowd wants to see here. It's really ironic, by the way, that this crowd is crapping all over a Daniel Bryan match because somebody that they want in the match is not in the match. Much like how Daniel Bryan, for about 2 years, everything was getting crapped on, and it was pretty crazy. So it's crazy to see kind of how full circle this has all come, how Daniel Bryan has really gotten over as a heel. I expect the crowd for this match is going to be pretty dead because I think everyone wants Kofi. I think everyone's going to get Kofi at WrestleMania. There you go. We want Kofi chants ringing out of this Cleveland crowd. This poor Cleveland crowd, I mean, they've got to see them, their homeboy, the hometown boy, The Miz, lose and then get turned on by Shane McMahon in front of his father. They got a tease that Kofi Kingston would be added to the triple threat match, and then he comes out and instead it's made into a handicap match, and Kofi faced the Bar, and the Bar ended up defeating Kofi. And then it looks like it's again going to be a triple threat match, and they bring out Mustafa Ali, and this is a really tough spot to put Mustafa in. I mean, Mustafa is a guy who was really kind of on the rise since coming to SmackDown Live, was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber match. Unfortunate injury to him is really kind of what led to this entire deal with this Kofi Mania kind of going wild here. And so it's interesting to kind of see where they go from there. We will be back probably for the remainder of the evening here. We'll see how it goes. But definitely for the main event of the night. We'll see kind of what match comes next and how we're feeling from there. But we'll be with you for the entire triple threat match. Kevin Owens versus Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan. Kevin Owens got some new ink on that left arm. He used to just have that bull. Now he's got like a full sleeve on that left arm. I will say also that Kevin Owens, you know, they have Daniel Bryan saying about him eating copious amounts of pancakes. The guy looks great. Doesn't look like he's had too many pancakes recently. Mustafa come behind Kofi now, rolls off, rolls back. Clothesline misses by Owens. Owens down. Mustafa over him, and Owens cuts Mustafa off the ropes as Daniel Bryan gets back in the ring. Turns Kevin around, a big chop. I think the crowd is going to end up doing themselves a disservice here if they don't just watch and enjoy this match. I think this will be a really good one, and it's a shame Kofi's not in it, but I think it's pretty obvious that they're telling a bigger story here with Kofi, and that eventually he'll get his just desserts. Kevin Owens now taking Daniel Bryan to the back. Can you move the light a little bit forward? I feel like it looks a little dark here. I apologize for that. Kevin Owens has Mustafa Ali in the corner, chopping him over there. That's perfect. Thank you. And now Mustafa Ali off the rope. Backflip over Kevin Owens to a chorus of boos. Kevin Owens pop up, but drop kick from Mustafa Ali. Forgotten all about Mustafa. I know Mustafa Ali had said on SmackDown he was coming back. Did not expect him back this soon. There's been like the plethora of, hey, what's going on out there? Carter, how are you, bud? Thanks for joining us here. Watch Along Wrestling, our live stream of the world title match. Crowd chanting hard for Kofi. I don't think it's going to happen here. I will say there's some pretty cool Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson big heads out of the crowd today. Thanks so much, whoever just gave that old like ski there. Appreciate it. Big chop from Kevin Owens takes Mustafa Ali down. Daniel Bryan's best pal, Rowan, over there is hanging out on the outside. Ali to the outside, takes down Daniel Bryan. We do have our live chat open if you're watching along. Feel free to give your thoughts on this match live as it happens. Kind of my return here. I've had some videos over. Oh wait, Senton to the outside. Kevin Owens leveling Mustafa Ali. And now again coming at. Oh, Senton splash onto Bryan, who's pinned up against that barricade over there. Owens with a big move to Bryan there. High impact for sure. Yes, Mustafa Ali is in this match. For those of you just tuning in, it was announced that it was going to be a triple threat. Obviously with Kofi being hurt, I guess. Or I guess to continue the storyline that he continues to be screwed. Mustafa Ali returned and was inserted in this match. So this is a triple threat match between Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan, and Kevin Owens for the world title. And Daniel Bryan now looking out in the crowd, shaking his head. Kevin Owens is down and out in the center of the ring as it looks like Mustafa Ali is to the outside. Mustafa Ali with a big right hand to Bryan. Gets back in the ring. Yeah, no, just happened right as the match started, so kind of a little bit of a trickery, so to speak. A little surprise there from WWE. Big drop kick to Mustafa Ali, who was on the top rope. Falls to the outside. Now Daniel Bryan, arms raised in the air, posing out to the crowd there. Woo! Mustafa took a nasty fall off the top rope right into that barricade. A little bit of welcome back action for him, who's been out of action since before the Elimination Chamber. Now Bryan with a kick to the face of Owens. Another couple kicks down to the chest area of Owens as they continue to re-show the sick fall that Mustafa Ali had coming off the top. I think there is actually... Yeah, Mustafa winning would be super cool. I don't know if they're going to... I don't know they're going to go that way, but certainly they could do that and then have Kofi, face off with Mustafa Ali or do a four-way or something at WrestleMania. Big yes kicks, or former yes kicks to Kevin Owens in the corner. Bryan with a bunch of kicks to Owens in the corner. Kicking in that midsection there. Now Bryan gets Owens down in the corner, circling around as he looks off into the crowd. Rowan is stalking along outside. I love Rowan. I love new hipster Rowan. I think he's great and a great addition to the Daniel Bryan character. Now Bryan gets that arm raked behind Owens here, and now really kind of lining up the arm as he pulls back and rings back on the other arm of Owens, getting him into like a vintage Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson type submission hold that we'd see back in the day of Ring of Honor. He looks to the outside there as Rowan continues to kind of coach him from the outside as the crowd continues to chant for Kofi Kingston. Oh my God, really pushing back on that arm there of Kevin Owens is Daniel Bryan. Cover going for the kick. No, but he kicks out. Yes, Owens, yeah, we mentioned that when Owens came out earlier. Owens got some new ink. It looks real cool on the right arm there, really adding to that kind of that rock-inspired bull tattoo that he has on there that he had mentioned in one of his My Ink specials on the WWE Network that he had gotten.
Probably, unlike TJP, he probably asked for permission.
That's right. As my brother-in-law sitting next to me just said, unlike TJP, he probably asked for permission before getting those tattoos. Because it has a lot to do with different merchandising ideas, action figures, different things to that extent. That'll be the action figure collector out there is going to want the Kevin Owens with the sleeve of tattoos now added on there.
My Kevin Owens pop is now outdated.
That's right. The Kevin Owens pop is now outdated. The Kevin Owens figures are. Bryan with kicks. And the crowd just not even, we want Kofi throughout this whole match. Another stiff kick to Owens as he's trying to regain his composure and get back up. Stiff kicks all over Kevin Owens. Now he's lining him up, and another kick to the head of Owens as Owens falls to the mat. Bryan with the cover, 1, 2, and Mustafa Ali flying into the ring, recovering from his big fall to break up that cover. Now Bryan gets Mustafa Ali up, goes for a back body, belly to back suplex, on Mustafa Ali. Bryan looking into the crowd. I've been watching WWE my entire life, but I'd say my first real memory is probably Royal Rumble 1991. So I've been around for a while. Huge wrestling fan, and hope to join you guys here on YouTube to share my experiences as a wrestling fan, whether it be live or here watching this or watching some classic shows, and look to do that over the next few weeks as we prepare for WrestleMania, which I will be attending live. Back body drop to Mustafa Ali over the top rope in the corner. Mustafa rolls in. X Factor to Daniel Bryan. And instead of going for a cover, he's just kind of pumping himself up a bit, trying to get the crowd into it. Probably picked the wrong crowd to do it. Big chops to Bryan. And now Ali over the top. Oh my God! Bryan catches Ali with a big clothesline, inside out falls Mustafa Ali. And then they're making mention on commentary, which is interesting. They're acknowledging that the crowd is just rooting for Kofi here. They're saying, usually Mustafa Ali uses that WWE Universe's energy to pump himself up, but that is not the case tonight. Dual cannonballs into each corner onto Mustafa Ali and to Daniel Bryan from Kevin Owens as the crowd gets into a big super kick from Ali to Owens. Owens with a super kick of his own and a super kick to Bryan. But Ali comes up from behind him and puts Owens into a sleeper hold. And now Owens, falls back with Mustafa on his back, and Mustafa crushes Daniel Bryan in the process. All three men are down as they go to a highlight. But a pretty good show thus far. I mean, I think that all the champions so far have kept their belts, which I think, was probably predictable a bit going in. Probably one of the more interesting things that's happened thus far on the show has been not only the Shane McMahon heel turn, but Nia and Tamina getting into it with Beth Phoenix laying her out, only for Natalya to come and interfere, and Natalya getting laid out in the process. I'm not sure if that means that the women's tag titles are going to be kind of up for grabs in the Women's Battle Royal at WrestleMania. That's what I would think from that, but I guess it remains to be seen. And now Bryan and Kevin Owens are both on the top rope. Headbutt from Daniel Bryan knocks Owens down to the ring mat. Now Ali up to that second turnbuckle. He's going for a suplex of his own to Daniel Bryan. But in the meantime, Kevin Owens is going for the electric chair. Has Ali up for the electric chair, but Ali able to get down. Throws Kevin Owens into the turnbuckle and crotches Daniel Bryan in the process. Back! Hurricane Rana. Inverted Hurricane Rana from Mustafa Ali to Kevin Owens. Mustafa now looks up. Bryan's up on the top rope. And now he goes, looks like he's getting ready for a Spanish fly off the top rope. Shades of the SAT. And now Bryan rolls to the outside as Mustafa is now going over to Kevin Owens, and he's looking up like he's getting ready. Kevin Owens is ready. Who do I want to win? I'd like to see Ali get the win here. I don't know that it's going to happen, but I think it would be really cool. Oh, he misses it. Misses. Kevin Owens rolls out of the way. Picks up Ali. Stunner! Kevin Owens goes for the cover. 1, 2, and oh, Bryan breaks it up as the crowd now starting to realize that they're doing themselves a disservice. This is a hell of a match. Someone in the third row with an old Enzo headband. Really good action here from these three who are really busting it, considering that Ali and Kevin Owens are back from injury here.
Oh, he's wearing a Dragon Ball Z wig.
It's a Dragon Ball Z wig, for those of you guys who were following along. Not an homage to Enzo Amore. As now Kevin Owens starts to pull himself up. Big chop here. A right from Kevin Owens. Bryan with a right of his own. Another right from Owens. And another right from Bryan. They're exchanging rights back and forth. Big kick from Daniel Bryan. Goes for a roundhouse kick. Kevin ducks. Looks like Kevin's new finisher is in fact the stunner. I knew he'd used it, but he's using it as it's his finish at this point.
Gotta at least done like a pop-up stunner.
Yeah, a little something. That would be cool. A little pop-up stunner for his finish would have been neat. Now Daniel Bryan looks like he's getting him set for the flying. Oh, pop-up powerbomb! Sit-down powerbomb! Bryan kicks out at 2. Crowd booing and crapping all over the match. They don't care at all. All I want is Kofi Kingston. Kevin Owens laying down now, hands on his head, screaming that was 3. But Bryan was able to get out at 2. That was sick, though. Kevin Owens was able to catch Daniel Bryan kind of while Bryan was measuring him for the flying knee, only for Kevin to catch him, pop-up powerbomb, laid him out, center of the ring, and now it looks like Kevin Owens is going to the apron with Daniel Bryan in hand. And now it looks like he's getting ready for, is it a powerbomb? On the apron? Pile driver? No, looks like Bryan reverses. Back body drop on the apron. That is sick as Kevin Owens rolls to the outside. Daniel Bryan now, he's back up and he's measuring up Mustafa Ali, but Mustafa misses. Daniel Bryan goes knee first into the ring post. Now Mustafa Ali getting Bryan set into the center of the ring. Nope. Looks like he's getting ready for a slingshot over that bottom rope, and he does. Bryan right there, throat first, into the bottom rope. Mustafa Ali now looking like he's climbing to the top rope. Mustafa Ali now climbing up here. Looks like he's going for the something off the top as Bryan's now on the apron. 450 splash on the apron! Oh my gosh, if he can get the cover, this could be it. And maybe some fans are starting to get into this a little bit. A little clapski going on. Realizing it's a hell of a match. These guys are killing it. And Mustafa Ali going for the cover, and only a 2 count because Rowan, his good friend Rowan, pulls Daniel Bryan out. Good to have a friend like, oh, and Rowan taking off the plat. He's getting pissed. And here comes Rowan into the ring. Big super kick. Has Rowan staggering, and another super kick from Owens. Rowan still staggering. Double super kick takes Rowan finally down, kind of, sort of. What is Rowan doing? My God. I know.
Rowan went from
Hurricane Rana from Ali to Rowan into the corner. Rowan is still not off his feet. It's a New Age Undertaker. Off the ropes goes Owens. Senton finally takes Rowan down. What were you going to say?
Oh, I said Rowan went from cabin.
Oh, knee off the top to Owens on the outside. Bryan getting Owens back in the ring. And now Bryan kind of getting ready. Going up to the top, trying to crawl up there, pull himself up. But Mustafa Ali comes up behind him and takes Bryan's leg out. Bryan now, he's now up on the top rope. Ali now picking up Bryan over there. Big chop to the chest of Daniel Bryan from Mustafa Ali, Bryan is now up on the top rope. Mustafa Ali is looking to the outside. Is he going to do a Spanish fly? off the top to the outside. No, looks like a Hurricane Rana. But Bryan ends up pitting him. Oh, Mustafa Ali pushed out, flips back. Bryan goes for it, but misses. Aiden Ketchum is rooting big spinning DDT off the top to the outside. Mustafa Ali hits Bryan with it. Everyone's down. Dylan over in the live chat, he thinks Mustafa's going to get this. Pop up. Powerbomb on the apron to Mustafa Ali. Owens calls him in the ring, but his friend Rowan pulls Owens out again. And a spinning, what is this? Spinning heel kick from Rowan. And now Rowan's pushing Daniel Bryan back in the ring. I don't know why I find Rowan so darn hysterical, but... And now he's getting rid of Owens, taking him out of action, throwing him over the barricade to the timekeeper's area. Now it's down to Bryan going for the cover on Mustafa Ali. Ali kicks out at 2. Rowan's beside himself on the outside. Rowan quickly becoming my new favorite character in all of WWE. This guy's fantastic. This is great. So it's down to Daniel Bryan now and Mustafa. It looks like Kevin Owens has been taken out by Eric Rowan, and Rowan is down there helping out Daniel Bryan. I would think this would be a great time to bring back Luke Harper. If they wanted to do that, have kind of Bryan have his own little, Wyatt family reunion there, but looks like they're just going to keep going with Rowan, and they're getting that camera on Rowan a whole bunch. This might be the most airtime Rowan's gotten in a match in years. Crowd still chanting for Kofi. Got to give them credit. They are persistent. And they're paying attention to it, WWE. They want... This is their big story, I think, going into WrestleMania, is the Kofi Kingston deal, is, the story, the redemption story of Kofi Kingston, whether it's against Bryan, whether it's against one of these other guys, whether it's a multiple-man match. I think you're going to get Kofi in a main event of WrestleMania, which is pretty darn cool. And now... Bryan telling Mustafa Ali he doesn't deserve to be here, picking him up, big slap from Bryan, pushing Mustafa into the corner. Mustafa with the uppercut of his own right, off the second rope. Oh my God! Mustafa goes for a crossbody, but Bryan catches him with the knee. 3! That is it! Daniel Bryan retains the world title. Rowan coming in with the hemp belt. Wow, that was sick. If you haven't seen this, go out of your way to check out, at minimum, the end. Mustafa Ali went for a kind of a reverse crossbody off the middle rope. And in doing so, he was caught by Daniel Bryan. I know. Some folks in there disappointed. We've all wanted to see a new champion, but Daniel Bryan retains. I think we'll get that at WrestleMania. But great action. Hats off to both Mustafa Ali and Kevin Owens. These guys really brought it, considering they're just come back from injury now. Really good stuff. That is going to do it for us in this particular live stream. We'll be back in either just a little bit or a little further along, but we'll be back before the night's over, either with the final 2 matches here, or at minimum, the main event. Thanks so much for checking us out here, Watch Along Wrestling. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell so you know when we're back on the air. Until next time, everybody, this has been Tommy on the Spot. See you guys in a little bit.